didn't quite land the way I thought it would.
Yeah.
I'm in there, but I don't use it.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm in there too, and I don't really use it.
Yeah. I
The comment about Don Lemon. So
hold on. Let's
it
get back on
yeah,
though. We ain't back on
yep.
yet.
You think they're gonna let you on?
Yeah.
Mars, he's an optimist.
And think about it, the good thing about it though, we still recording live to my hard drive though. It may not go to Facebook, but all this is still live on my end.
Okay.
So we still got the footage, we got the
There you
video,
go.
we got all that on my end, so I can clip,
Thank
chop it
thank
up
God
how I
for them
want.
solid state hard drives, boy. They
Yeah, so we back up again. But
um,
so let me see where we at. Do a refresh over here. But yeah, let me make
that
sure we're up. It looks like we're up. So go ahead, EB. You had
the
a
ir-
comment.
the,
You had a
the
comment about.
irony is Protestant movement
Hmm.
is what we have end up with away from the Catholic Church, right? So
Hmm.
it is ironic that the government, United States government, if they're involved, because I didn't see the rest of the report, if they are going to indict or come after somebody who is exposing um, something that's going on in the church,
Yeah.
these are the same people that'll come inside the church to try to win votes. They come in there and they
Right.
interrupt sermons to come to, and all these things are one of the whole voting um, campaigns inside of church. Now, because this woman is exposing this pastor who is a field office personnel
Hmm.
for ICE, all of a sudden now that's a problem. I think the only problem that they have with her is that she exposed somebody that was trying to hide.
Hmm.
And every time you expose somebody trying to hide in this administration, the person that exposes them gets in trouble.
Well, check out what they're
so
doing.
but,
But check out what they're doing
before we
though.
go,
Check out what they're doing. If you go to YouTube, just do a YouTube search, Don Lemon and church. Just do that, and you're gonna see where they have already started to manipulate the narrative. They took it's like tons of you don't
Yep.
see any positive of what happened. And I'm not and like I even posted on Prim today. I was conflicted with all that. My conflict was that any building, I don't care what the building is, it could be a school, it could be a government building, it could be any building. I feel that you could protest outside the building. I have an issue with coming in the building and protesting. And everybody can have their feelings about it. I'm just giving you my personal confliction with it. Like I said, it could be any building. And although
That's a good point.
I'm supportive of what the protest was about, you interrupted a worship service right in there. You could have did this. You could have been just as impactful outside of the churches they're coming out. And another thing that I said, they already twisted the narrative. He said in there that Don Lemon said at the end when he was outside, I'm sure, look at that guy with his kids. That could be very traumatic. They're saying online that Don Lemon's quote was, these kids need to be traumatized by this. And that's not the case. Because you remember, the whole reason about history, why they're removing things out of the schools, they were getting rid of teachers, because they said that their white kids were traumatized by
white
feeling,
fragility,
yeah,
their parents are
by feeling
traumatized.
sad and hurt because of what happened in the past. Well, that's not what Don Lemon said. We just heard it there. He said this is very traumatic for them. Yes, it is. It can be very
There,
traumatizing,
So
but it's
before
not
y'all get
saying that they
started,
need to be.
I I have to say it's Dad's time.
Okay, got you.
So this is my heart out.
I got you.
I'm leaving y'all a clip of what happens at our church, but I want y'all to recognize and understand they are scared of us because we know how to unite
Mm,
in community.
yeah,
We are rice people, not wheat people.
yeah.
And next week, if you come back, I'll explain that one to you. Peace, y'all. I love you.
Love you too.
I'm
Take
out.
care.
love you too.
Take care.
But
Take care.
but yeah,
What's that?
they're trying to, they just try to um anybody that is not into their narrative, they want to make them look like an enemy.
Yeah,
And so that's what they're trying to do to Don Lemon. They're trying
yeah,
to make the narrative say that Don Lemon started the protest.
yeah.
And so that's just I saw him on TMZ today,
Yeah.
and he talked about that. He said, "I didn't start no protest. I was there as a reporter,
Right.
but that's not what want
Right.
the look to be like." And
Right.
so that's when it takes uh, people to stop buying into the craziness that they are wanting us to believe,
Right.
and start thinking for yourselves and start digging and researching and stop taking everything. I had somebody that made the comment, or twisting it to say the people in Minnesota are protesting for illegal individuals.
Yeah.
And I said, have you not been watching the news? That is not what they're protesting
Right.
for. They're protesting because innocent American citizens
Mm-hmm.
are being attacked and harmed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're protesting for. So it's just crazy. It's just a crazy time that we're living in right now.
No, I totally agree. I got one more clip for you. Greg sent this one over. This is what he was referring to. It was a clip. Shoot, what happened? It went back a little bit. Let me scroll it up a little bit. So yeah, I got this clip I want to show. It was a Pastor Vicky Pruitt Sorrells, I think her name is, and let you check this one out.
This is the challenge of the moment. And even though you may say that I'm not wrestling with that, Pastor Vicky, on a daily basis, you are. Because if you live in, you are. Even if it's in your household, you are. Even if it's in times of political tension, we are. And even in these times when we are dealing with these harsh policies, we're dealing with laws that are not being followed, we're dealing with public fear, we must decide before the moment decides for us. Who you gonna be? Will you allow outrage to shape your character? Or will you choose love as an act of resistance, an act of faith, and then as an act of being obedient to God? Because once you decide, you are no longer led by the circumstance. You are now led by conviction. And that is the kind of love that changes history. Love is not something that you fall into, it's something that you choose. You don't drift into love, you discipline yourself into it. Am I right? You have got to learn how to love.
I think she said it right, because that's what's missing in our society is love. Even when you disagree with somebody, the hatred is rampant in our country. So
Love conquers all.
Here's a quote from MLK that he did at Barak Junior High School in 1967. He
Oh,
said, one of
yeah.
the things you have to have a deep belief in your own dignity,
Yeah.
worth, and your own somebodyness. Always feel that you count, that your worth, your life has some worth, and that it has some significance.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when I hear that, I say, what was he trying to say? What he's trying to say is, I'm not fighting just so Black people could be free. I'm fighting so that we have the same dignity as everybody else. That's what's missing. And I saw some reports about how Native Indians did. I think they arrested a Native Indian in immigration.
Mhm.
Give me a break. Seriously, you like again, 5th grade reading level to tell you where the Native Indians probably came from,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they still arrest them because it really is about breaking people's dignity. We should not allow this. Yes, this lady that was killed in Minnesota is not our color, but we just as frustrated about her treatment as we would be about our own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it should be. That's what love teaches us.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. If you noticed, I don't know if you guys saw that clip with the guy that had that rally, that MAGA supporter had that rally in was it Philadelphia? He was they was throwing stuff at him and they had him cornered up, and then it was a Black person and a Hispanic person, the ones that helped him get to safety. The people that he was talking about, the people that he's criticizing, are the ones that helped get him to safety, because they probably would have whipped his tail out there in them streets. And he he should be grateful that and appreciative that someone cared enough about him to get him to safety when they knew that he was in harm's way, basically. And people don't realize, like we've always said, your freedom of speech, it got consequences. Things can happen that you don't like because you open in your mouth. But
That's right. And these people gonna leave. The people gonna leave Donald Trump after he's long gone, whether he's passed out or left.
Yep.
And their faces, we all remember their faces. Since he's not around and he's hiding, the rage is gonna be left on them.
Yeah.
And that's what's sad.
Yeah. And you mentioned that the quote from Dr. Martin Luther King, that was from the school in Philadelphia. And that was called What is Your Life's Blueprint? And he was mapping it out for high school kids because as they go into adulthood, how do you want that blueprint to look? And if you think about your own lives, when you start putting things in place as you're younger of what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, some of these things may not happen, but the blueprint of trying to be excellent in that, whatever that field is, putting in the work and determination, a lot of times, if you don't get that particular position, you're going to get something else, but you're going to still serve it with the same excellence as whatever it is you were trying to do. And he put something in those kids that I think need to be put in our kids today. Not only the kids, but some of these adults. Because what we see on these streets right now, there is no blueprint for their life. And then let me rewind that tape back a little bit. Some people, this is their blueprint. Yes. It was inherited blueprint. It was cultural conditioning blueprint. It was that conscientious stupidity blueprint. That sincere ignorance blueprint. That's where we're at. They had the blueprint. This is their blueprint. Donald Trump got his blueprint. We've seen it over the last, how old is he? 70-some years? We done seen that blueprint. He's putting it out there. So for the rest of us, our blueprint, if it's not been established, you need to sit down on some pen and paper and just put down your blueprint, because it's gonna actually give everyone a picture of your character as you move forward. And we get back to that same quote from earlier today: "Don't be judged by the color of your skin, but the content of your character." Right?
They keep talking about it, right?
No, but I'm just trying to lay it back into it because that's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
But we had to get through all that other junk to get back here, because that's where we need to be. But we had to show y'all, before what all the other quotes was about that he was talking about. Go ahead, Sharon.
I just something came to my mind, and you know the saying that says, "As things change, they so remain the same."
Yes.
What's also happening now is a lot of things that they used to hide, they're bringing up front now.
Mm-hmm.
And let me give you an example of what I mean by that. When Charlie Kirk was killed, and now they want to have this, what is his movement called?
Turning Point USA.
Turning Point.
Mm-hmm.
They want to put that in the high schools now.
Yeah, I heard about it. They got chapters already.
Guess what they had in the high schools years ago? The only difference is they kept it hid so that it wasn't known. So where I'm from in Louisiana, there were twin cities, Alexandria and Pineville. Pineville High School was predominantly white, and the mascot was Rebel. So in the late 70s, one of my cousins became the SGA president when he was in high school. Well, they never thought that there would be a black guy that would be the president of the SGA association. Guess what was sent to him as the president?
What was that?
Material in an application to join the Ku Klux Klan.
Wow.
Now hear what I said. He was in high school.
Wow.
He was in high school.
They didn't even know who he was.
Okay. They didn't know who he was because it had always been a predominantly black, white high school. So, and even knowing that it was integrated in the late 70s, they probably still did not even imagine that a black guy would be the president of the student government.
Yeah.
So they automatically sent him the KKK material.
He should have filled out the application and sent it in.
Right. But
but
speaking of that, go ahead, Sharon. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say what it did for him is because you know how a lot of times when our kids are put in that environment, they feel like they belong. But what it did to him was brought it front and center
Hmm.
of okay, you in this position, but let me tell you who you really are
Yeah. No, you're right. And
to them.
to bring back that KKK point you brought up, I was looking at I posted it. You guys might have saw it, a picture of a coin, a KKK coin, and on that coin it said "America First." Does that sound familiar? So, like I said, history
Yes,
always repeats itself. Nothing
yes.
is new under the sun that they're doing. So all this
And
stuff is
it's a
coming back.
shame because again, yeah, again, these people are going to be around longer than him,
Yeah,
and they're going to go out in the public and walk, and people going to remember their faces because they got a million views,
yeah,
and they are going to be hollering bloody murder
yeah,
because people are going to remind them of what they did, and that to me is a travesty of everything
yeah,
because these people are no longer going to be normal citizens
mm,
ever.
yeah,
Their faces plastered all over Facebook, all over YouTube
yeah,
as being hate mongers,
yeah.
even though they probably didn't even start out that way.
Right,
But
exactly.
because they got a million hits, they just increased
It
it.
was the influence. It was the
Yep.
influence, and it changed them. So, with that being said, y'all, we need to go ahead and wrap it up. You guys got any final comments or anything? What you got, EB?
Just love,
Love.
just love, just love. I am not a great person at that when it comes to people that I know are just bad people,
Hmm.
but it still don't mean that it's it's the wrong answer.
Yeah.
We just need to love on people even when they treat us ill. We
Hmm.
just need to find a way to love on them anyway.
What about you, Sharon?
And I'll add to that another one of his quotes.
Okay.
Love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos.
Mm.
He who loves is a participant in the being of God.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. I'm just gonna ask everybody to check themselves in regards to how you approach other people. Even when you know when a person is trying to approach you with a civil conversation and the anger and the hatred comes out. I posted on two different little uh, Facebook pages from that was actually from Cleveland. One was Channel 19 News, and the other one was Cleveland.com. And I gave like really interesting comments. Like the one was in regard to dang it, now I can't remember who the person was. This woman had said something, and they were criticizing what she said. And I was saying, well, what did she say that was wrong? And the guy called me an idiot. He said, just read it, idiot. Just read it, or just listen to it, idiot. And I was like, if you can't explain, I thought when he said that what she said was wrong, and it was in regard to protests and all these things. I thought it was interesting that he thought what she said was wrong. So I was trying to get some clarity on it. So I, hit him back up. Was like, you come back with a rude remark. All I wanted to do was get some understanding of your position. I'm not. I may agree with you. I don't know, but give me your understanding. And he never responded back. And so the anger and the hatred, the vitriol that people have is so strong right now that
Hmm.
um, I would say check yourselves, and I say everyone out there also to be careful. Be careful in the streets. Be careful, where you're going. If you a concealed carry person, hey, do your thing. But I've like said this 5 years ago when we had the Bottom Line podcast. I said that I don't see it getting better when we had Joe Biden in office unless two things are taken care of: the Voting Rights Act, and police reform. If those two things aren't established within his 4 years, then we're gonna get worse, and it got worse. And I don't know where it's gonna go, but I'm just asking people, just really before you jump on somebody or want to have this debate or get angry, just step back for a minute because things can really get out of hand, and I don't want to see someone, especially someone I love and care about, get hurt out there in these streets trying to make a statement to somebody who's not trying to listen to you.
It's amazing you say that because a lot of times when I look at posts, I look at what the post is about and I just read the comments because I just want to get the pulse
Right.
of what people are saying and thinking. And sometimes it is scary and it is crazy
Hmm.
and ridiculous.
Yeah, totally agree. So we'll catch
Thank
y'all.
you, everybody.
Hopefully, we'll catch y'all next Monday. If we have a show next Monday, or Facebook keep us online. I don't know. They may just ban me because they don't. And this happened to me before on the other show we had. Bottom Line, we started off with like almost 2,000 viewers, and it went down to like 16 viewers. And we had like people was asking me, "Where's the show at? Y'all gonna be on the air?" And we're like, "Yeah, we
That's
was."
Facebook, man.
Yeah, so
That's what they do.
I might have to leave Facebook alone and go to Instagram and TikTok and all these other ones, but I'm trying to keep it where my people can see me, you know. But
Yeah.
but anyway, y'all, catch y'all next week. Peace
Thank you,
out.
sir. Take care.
Okay, before you guys go and we're not live anymore, let me know, is Lamar gone?
Hold on 1 second.